Arman sir.
Sankraj, I think we can start.
Yes, sir. Arman sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, now we can start, sir.
Well, sir. Well, sir. Well. Good evening to everyone. I welcome you all for the 44th in series of engineers talk being organized by IEI Salem Local Center, commemorating its 30th anniversary. I would like to invite the chairman, IEI Salem Local Center, for welcoming the gathering. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dear esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. S. Dharmalingam, sir, National Chairman of Center Coordination Committee, IEI, our beloved Honorary Secretary, Dr. C. Damani, ma'am, Engineer Armugam, sir, Engineer VP Singh, sir, Council Member, IEI, distinguished members of the Institution of Engineers India, and valued attendees, our staff, Engineer T. Thiagu. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you.
Sankraj, your audio volume is very less.
A warm
now it is okay.
welcome to each and every one of you to today's webinar, part of our Engineers Talk series, as we proudly celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Institution of Engineers India, Salem Local Center. It gives me immense pleasure to extend my heartfelt greeting on behalf of IEI SLC as we commemorate this important occasion alongside the celebration of Royal Charter Day, marking a significant chapter in the history of our institution. The Institution of Engineers India, established in 1920, is one of the oldest and largest professional bodies in India, serving as the backbone of engineering excellence in the country. Over the last century, IEA has been committed to the growth and development of the engineering profession through knowledge, dissemination, skill enhancement, and technology innovation, ultimately contributing to the nation's progress. IEA has proudly built a legacy of technical education, providing a platform for engineers across diverse disciplines to collaborate, learn, and contribute towards national development. It holds the prestigious status of a royal charter, a symbol of distinction granted in 1935 by His Majesty King George V. The Royal Charter signifies IA's role as a body of national importance, recognizing its contribution to engineering, education, and professional development on a global stage. Every year, we observe Royal Charter Day to reaffirm our commitment to uphold the high standards of engineering practices, to foster innovation, and to contribute to solving critical societal challenges. Today's session is a part of the Engineers Talk series that we organize weekly to engage and enlighten our members. It's an honor to have Dr. S. Dharmalingam, sir, an eminent engineer and a visionary leader, as today's chief guest and keynote speaker. His wealth of experience as the chairman of Center Coordination Committee and his distinguished career at Bell make him the perfect choice to deliver today's insights. We also take this opportunity to thank you for your continued support as IES Salem Local Center proudly step into its third decade of serving the engineering community. Participants, your active participation and enthusiasm have always been our strength. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to all participants joining us today. We hope this event will inspire and enlighten you, just as the IEA has done for over a century. I encourage everyone to actively engage in the discussion and make the most of this opportunity to learn from our distinguished speaker. Thank you, and let's continue to conserve water and save our planet as we collectively contribute to a sustainable and prosperous future. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Chairman sir, for welcoming the gathering. Now, it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce the chief guest of today, Dr. S. Dharmalingam, former General Manager, Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, Tiruchirappalli. He is a Bachelor of Engineering with honors in Electrical and Electronics Engineering and recipient of Gold Medal from University of Madras for securing first rank in the university. He did his Master of Engineering in Computer Science at National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. He has secured his doctoral degree in power plant controls and boiler dynamics from NIT Trichy. He has an experience of more than 32 years in the field of electrical, instrumentation and controls for steam generators for power plants and industrial plants at Bell Trichy. He held various positions and general manager and head of the research and development group and Welding Research Institute for 2 years, general manager and head of quality development for more than 3 years at Bell Trichy. He is a fellow member in IEI and charter engineer and a member in Computer Society of India. He was the chairman of IEI Tiruchirappalli Local Center from 2006 to 2008. He is recipient of various awards and published 18 technical papers in various national and international journals. He has filed for more than 15 patents. With these words of introduction, I would like to invite Dr. S. Dharmalingam to deliver on topic Royal Charter Day and beyond, engineering heritage and international certification for a global future. Please, sir, over to Dr. S. Dharmalingam.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the nice introduction. Mr. Tangaraj, Chairman, Salem Local Center, my friend Mr. B.B. Singh, Council Member from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, Honorary Secretary of Salem Local Center, Dr. Lavamani, and the other participants of today's program. A very good evening to every one of you. As you are aware, IEI is celebrating 10 statutory days, and the one what we are going to celebrate or observe today is one of the statutory days. IEI has also indicated the date on which these statutory days have to be observed. So today let us take up the Royal Charter Day. The Royal Charter Day was introduced few years back as a statutory day by the IEI Council. So in this presentation, we will have a brief about the Royal Charter that has been given to IEI by the British government authorities. We will see the background with respect to that. Subsequent to that, we will have a very brief introduction with respect to the engineering heritage and also the international certification for the professional engineers that is being provided or awarded by this institution of engineers. So this presentation may take about 35 to 40 minutes. By the time we will be able to complete this presentation. So I will just move on to the slide presentation mode. I will just share my screen. Please wait. Could you see the slide now?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible now?
Sir, visible, sir.
Okay, we will proceed. Okay, once again, I welcome all of you for today's presentation. Okay. So online presentation organized by our Salem Local Center on this Royal Charter Day. So the topic that is indicated to the participants is the Royal Charter Day and beyond, engineering heritage and international certification for a global future. So this slide, all of you would have come across the headquarters building at Calcutta, located at 8 Gokle Road, Calcutta. So as you are aware that Institution of Engineers is a ISO 9001 certified organization. So we have the well-established procedures on the systems. It is also a scientific and industrial research organization recognized by the government of India. So whatever donations that is being received by this Institution of Engineers, that is exempted from the income tax, since IEI is involved with respect to the research work. The next few slides will just provide you the photographs taken in various important occasions. This photograph is basically The IEI is established in the year 1920, but it is formally inaugurated in 1921. And this photograph has been taken during the formal inauguration of this IEI in the year 1921. IEI was granted Royal Charter by His Majesty the King George V of England in the year 1935. We will see some more photographs also. The visit of various dignitaries. So, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Prime Minister of India, with Dr. K.L. Rao at the Delhi Center. Similarly, Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi cutting the Golden Jubilee cake. Then the other occasions with the President, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and Lal Bahadur Shastri. And the next slide indicates the then President, Dr. Radhakrishnan. Then this slide indicates Dr. Zakir Hussain, President of India, opening the main door of the new headquarters building at IEI Calcutta. The building, whatever we have seen in the earlier slide. Then Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma lighting the lamp to mark the inauguration of the Platinum Jubilee of the IEI. Okay. Now let us come to this main topic, the Royal Charter. So what is a Royal Charter? Because Royal Charter as a name itself is used only very rarely in India nowadays, though it was very popular earlier. So Royal Charter or any charter is basically a document that is signed by the king or the queen of a country that gives an organization particular rights. The document gives the rights to the particular organization to whom this Royal Charter has been given. In Tamil, probably we can call it as Arasa Sasanam. So this is the word we commonly used earlier with respect to the Royal Charter. Royal Charters granted by the sovereign on the advice of the Privy Council are the oldest form of incorporation in the United Kingdom. Again, the formal definition, grant of power to an organization or to an institution defining function, rights, obligations, and privileges. So this is basically a grant of rights to in our case, it is an institution. What are the functions of our institutions, rights, obligations, or privileges are declared in the Royal Charter. So this is first recommended or prepared and recommended by a Privy Council. The Privy Council is a formal body, usually made up of senior politicians from the House of Commons or the House of Lords, which advises the monarch on government business that falls outside that of the departmental ministers, including issuing orders of the council, which regulate public institutions and royal charters. So here, the Privy Council is equivalent to, we can say, a group of MPs. So they recommend which organization can be given with the royal charters. With the grant of a charter, an organization becomes a single legal entity, grouping single individuals into an incorporated body with its own legal rights. So the Royal Charter provides an organization. In our case, IEI, it provides IEI, a legal entity. And because of the charter, the individuals, they form a group. So this is given to a group. So grouping single individuals into an incorporated body with its own legal rights. A Royal Charter outlines the principles, powers, function of that body, and its statutes outline how the body will be governed. All these things are declared as a part of this Royal Charter. When you just consider the history briefly with respect to the Royal Charters, how it is given to the various organizations, that tradition of granting Royal Charters in Britain dates back to the year 1066. So it is being followed almost for 1,000 years. When the Scottish Bath of Tyne was incorporated, this is the as per the documents available, this is the first Royal Charter given. The first Royal Charter in England, so earlier was with respect to the Scottish Scotland. With respect to the England, the first Royal Charter in England was issued in the 13th century to the University of Cambridge. Since then, more than 900 charters have been granted by the monarch. Originally, the purpose of a charter was to create and define the privilege and purpose of a public or private corporation, such as a town or a city. That was the original intention. Today, new charters are usually conferred on bodies such as professional institutions like IEI and charities that work in the public interest and are able to demonstrate financial stability, permanence, and preeminence in their field. So only to those organizations, the royal charters are given in today's context. The British monarchy has issued over 900 royal charters. Of these, about 750 remain in existence even today, though it was issued 100 years back, 200 years back, or 500 years back. Around 750 remain in existence. The year 1231. Charters continued to be issued by the British Crown. A recent example being that awarded to the Chartered Institute of Ergonomics and Human Factors in 2014. So this is one of the recent charter given. Mr. Tangaraj? Mr. Tangaraj?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay, right. I will proceed. Among the best known organizations established by Royal Charter, one is BBC, Bank of England, British Red Cross, British Council, City of London, and Royal Society. The complete list of the Royal Charters are available in this web link provided. So if somebody is interested, they can just refer to the complete list. So we will see the photograph with respect to some of the Royal Charters that has been given. So here you are seeing the photograph with respect to the first one. The first device of CAA. CAA stands for Chartered Intelligence Institute. This is one of the photograph of the Royal Charter incorporated in 1912. Then Ruthven School Royal Charter that was incorporated in 1595, the photograph. Then colored engraving by H.T. Smith commemorating the grant of a charter to King's College London in the year 1829. Most new grants of royal charters are reserved for eminent professional bodies, land societies, or charities which can demonstrate preeminence, financial stability, and permanence in their particular field. The body in question has to demonstrate, that is, the organization, whichever has to get the royal charter, they have to demonstrate not just preeminence and financial stability, but also that bringing it under the public regulation in this manner is in the public interest. In the year 2016, the decision to grant royal charter to the British Association for Project Management was challenged in the court by the American Project Management Institute. You may be aware that American Project Management Institute, shortly known as PMI, is one of the very popular organizations with respect to the courses on the project management. Okay. So they challenged the one provided by the British people, who feared that it would give a competitive advantage to APM, that is the Association of Project Management, and claimed the criteria had not been correctly applied. The courts ruled that while the possibility of suffering a competitive disadvantage did give PMI standing to challenge the decision, the Privy Council was permitted to take the public interest into account as outweighing any failure to meet the criteria in full. So the Privy Council has the necessary, we can say, qualification to provide the royal charter to any, organizations or the institutions. So moving on to the royal charter provided to the Institution of Engineers. So this photograph indicates the first page of the royal charter. So granted in September 1935. So the documents attached to the royal charter are shown in the next few pages. So this is the first page. The Institution of Engineers India Royal Charter at the Court of Buckingham Palace on the 13th day of August 1935, present the King's Most Excellent Majesty in Council. So some of the details provided as a part of the charter are indicated here. So we'll just consider some of the important points as marked within this red color rectangle. Okay. The President of the Institution of Engineers, India, and others praying for the grant of a charter of incorporation to the said institution. The Lords of the Committee, in obedience to your Majesty's said order of reference, have taken the said petition into consideration and do this day agree humbly to report as their opinion to your Majesty that a charter may be granted by your Majesty in terms of the draft hereunto annexed. So this is how it starts. Okay, this is next page. Okay. Then George V, by the grace of God of Great Britain, Ireland, and the British dominance beyond the seas, King, defender of the faith, and Emperor of India. So these are the original text starts. Then the point number 2 with respect to the charter is indicated as the objects and the purpose for which the Institution of Engineers India, hereinafter called the institution, is hereby constituted are to promote the general advancement of engineering and engineering science and their application in India, and to facilitate the exchange of information and ideas on those subjects among the members. So this is one of the important points, and the same thing is being followed by this Institution of Engineers even today. So these are the other points. Okay, then point number D. Again, with respect to the another objective, to promote the study of engineering with a view to disseminate the information obtained for facilitating the scientific and economic development of engineering in India. Then moving on further, with respect to the objective F, okay, so some of the important points are, with a view thereto, to provide for the holding of classes and to test by examination or otherwise the competence of such persons and to institute and establish professorships, studentships, scholarships, etc. So this is a we can say the background on which Institution of Engineers is conducting the AMA examination, conducting the classes and also the AMA examinations. Then moving on further to the objective G. Okay. So regards matters directly or indirectly affecting engineering and to confer with the said governments, municipalities, and other public bodies and others in regard to all matters affecting engineering. So as per this, one of the objectives is that the Institution of Engineers is considered as a sole agency to interact with respect to many of the, we can say the government bodies with respect to engineering. So that is a one that is indicated as a part of objective G. Then moving on to objective I, to arrange and promote the adoption of equitable form of contracts and other documents used in engineering and to encourage the settlement of disputes by arbitration and to act as or nominate arbitrators and umpires on such terms and in such cases as may seem expedient. That is, in case of any problem or any dispute in the case of contracts that is being used for the engineering projects, then the Institution of Engineers can appoint go in for arbitration, or they can appoint arbiters to resolve these issues between the two parties. This is also defined as one of the objectives that is included as a part of the Royal Charter. Okay. The institution shall not carry any trade or business or engage in any transaction with a view to the pecuniary gain. That is, we are not an organization working for profit. Gain or profit of the members thereof. No member shall have any personal claim on any property of the institution, and no part of the income or property of the institution shall be paid or transferred directly or indirectly by the way of dividend or bonus or otherwise to any other members. So this is also declared as a part of this Royal Charter. So only we can say this is one of the main clause on which the donations that is provided to the Institution of Engineers, which is being used for the R&D purposes, is exempted from the income tax, because we are not a organization which is running for profit. There shall be a council of the institution consisting of such a number of members with such a qualification and to be elected or constituted as such members of the council in such a manner and to hold office for such period and on such terms as to re-election and otherwise. So the institution of engineers is guided and governed by a council. So council members are elected, and also some of the we can say all the state chairmen are representing the council, and also the local centers whose membership strength is more than 1%, the chairman of those local centers are also a member of the council. So whatever that is declared here, so it is governed by a council. So Mr. V.B. Singh is a council member from Uttar Pradesh. So like that, the council members are elected. Some people are elected for the division board. Some people are elected from the state. It is elected, and also we are having the chairman of the state centers and some local centers as ex officio members of the council. So the entire operation or the entire activity of the institution of engineers is governed by this council, and the council meets once in 3 months at a place which is hosted by any of the centers. Okay. And the council operates based on the bylaws. The bylaws are established by the council, and the council operates based on the bylaws and the regulations. The details about which are given in earlier slide and in this slide. Moving on to point number 9. The government and control of the institution and its affairs shall be vested in the council, subjected to the provisions of this presence and to the bylaws for the time being of the institution. The business of the council shall be conducted in such a manner as the council may from time to time prescribe. So this is being decided by the council from time to time, and accordingly the governance is taking place. Then moving on to the point number 21, the property and monies of the said existing association or the institution known as the Institution of Engineers India, including the property and money held by them as trustees, shall from the date of this presence become and be deemed to be the property and the money of the institution, and shall as soon as may be formally transferred to the institution or such person or persons on its behalf as the bylaws may prescribe. So all the properties, monies, everything is held in the name of institution, not on any individual. So finally, the document is signed, sealed with the signature of the king. So this forms a royal charter provided to or presented to the Institution of Engineers. Okay. Now let us have a few slides with respect to the topic, that is engineering heritage. Engineering heritage is a very big subject. Okay, there are some countries who are giving a lot of importance to the engineering heritage. Okay, and in fact, they are having a defined way of protecting the heritage, the engineering heritage. Okay, so we will have some glimpse with respect to the engineering heritage in India. So just let us have the formal definition with respect to heritage and engineering heritage. Heritage refers to the practice or characteristics that are passed down through the years from one generation to the next. Heritage is often used to discuss a cultural aspect or tradition that has been passed down through the generations. So that is a formal way of defining the heritage. Moving on to the engineering heritage. Engineering heritage refers to the history and significance of engineering, including artifacts, locations, and the collections. Engineering in India dates back to the prehistoric times. So it has a long history. Engineering in India has a long history. Solar drying, which we are commonly using today, solar drying of agriculture commodities had been dated to a period of 6000 BCE, that is before Christ. So even during that time, we are using this. Evidence of engineering found in Indus Valley civilization dating back to 4th millennium BCE. Types of engineering such as irrigation engineering, transportation engineering were also established during this period. So whatever we are having, or whatever we are having the specializations like irrigation engineering, transportation engineering, the concept were used even during those period. Throughout the period, that is 3000 BCE to 1500 BCE, urban cities developed and included advanced developments for that time, such as brick houses, drainage systems, water harvesting, sanitation systems, etc. All those things were provided as a part of the urban cities development. So during this period, 3000 to 1500 BCE. In fact, Vedas contain information on wells, irrigation, dams, canals, and other factors of engineering, because we consider Vedas as some of the document, some of the, we can say, important document that also includes details with respect to the engineering. By the period of 1800 BCE, India had started to produce iron. Though the first iron plant was established in the year, say, 1910 or so by the Tata Steel, but people were very familiar with respect to the production of iron very long back, that is 1800 BCE. And the other popular landmark that is located in Trichy, and the Kallanai Dam, otherwise called as Grand Anakat, in Tamil Nadu, was originally built around 2nd century CE. Many of the estimated 39,400 reservoirs of Tamil Nadu were built during the period of 500 CE to 1500 CE. So many of the, we can say, the water bodies and the reservoirs were built during this period. So we can say about 1000 years or 1500 years. All these things provides a lot of information with respect to the engineering heritage available in Tamil Nadu as well as in India. So engineering heritage is not new to India. Okay, this provides a brief glimpse with respect to engineering heritage. Finally, let us consider some brief details with respect to international certification. Additional details are available in the website of the Institution of Engineers. So I have not specifically included some details like fees and other things and the examinations as a part of this. So international certification. The Institution of Engineers provides an international certification. So that is what we call it as International Professional Engineering Certification. Okay. By virtue of, that is the Institution of Engineers, by virtue of being a full member of the International Professional Engineers Agreement, that is IPEA, since the year 2009, the Institution of Engineers represents India and has been empowered to establish and maintain the India section of the International Professional Engineers Register. Okay. Whoever becomes a member from India, okay, so the register is maintained by this Institution of Engineers. The International Professional Engineers Agreement is a multinational agreement between engineering organizations in the members' jurisdictions, which creates a framework for the establishment of an international standard of competence for professional engineering. For example, any persons who becomes a international professional engineer awarded by the Institution of Engineers, which is a part of this International Professional Engineers Agreement, the certification is valid in all the countries which is accepting the International Professional Engineering Certificate. So the certificate issued by the Institution of Engineers, okay, on behalf of this International Professional Engineers Agreement is valid in all other member countries. So it is not necessary if somebody is working in USA or UK, they need not take the certification from that country. Whatever the International Professional Engineering Certification they have taken from India, that is valid there also, because all these countries are a member of the International Professional Engineers Agreement. So benefits of getting this International Professional Engineer Certification. So the certification enables engineering professionals to advance their career aspirations in wide range of ways, as indicated in this slide as well as in the next slide. It gives a person confidence to the employer or prospective employer about competency of the engineer in a particular domain. Any engineer who has obtained the certification, so the certification speaks for him. Any employer, he will have the confidence based on, he will have the confidence about the capability of that engineer based on the certification available. So gives confidence to the employer or prospective employer. Second point, enhances an engineering professional stature. So a person with this certification is status is much better compared to the person without this. Makes them suitable for higher levels of responsibility. So obviously the person who is selected for employment in organizations will be provided with higher levels of responsibility. Additional benefits. In future, only a professional engineer may prepare, sign, seal, and submit engineering plans and drawings to a public authority for approval or to seal engineering work for public and private clients. Okay, this requirement is already available in some other countries. So only a professional engineer can sign the document. For example, the building approval or similar activities when it is given to the government. Okay, when it's submitted to the government for approval, so the document has to be signed by a professional engineer. Okay, as such, this is not a mandatory one in India. Probably it will be implemented in the coming years. So in future, only a professional engineer may prepare, sign, seal, and submit engineering plans and drawings to a public authority for approval. The next point. With the growing economy and the massive expansion of technological infrastructure, the market demand for the international professional engineer certified engineers are expected to be much higher. International professional engineering, the certification enables an engineer to become an independent engineering consultant, a valuer, a planner, a designer, and an educator. These are all the other, we can say, the characteristics of the certification that enables the engineer to take up any of these activities. Who can become an international professional engineer? So some of the qualifying requirements are indicated. Having bachelor's degree in engineering or equivalent recognized by the statutory authority or government of India. Minimum 7 years experience, professional experience, out of which 2 years, minimum 2 years professional experience in significant engineering activity. Okay, he should be a membership of recognized professional engineering institution or association. So he has to be a member of the recognized professional engineering institutions, maybe IEI or maybe any other professional engineering institution. It is not a must that he should be a member of the IEI. Okay, he can be a member of any other professional institutions. Maintained continued professional development, that is CPD, at a satisfactory level. So he has to show documents that is he is continuously doing the professional activity, maintained continued professional development at a satisfactory level. Okay, so this completes with respect to the international certification. So now let us have the discussions. Okay, I will just show you the next slide also will come out of this. The next slide is related to the forthcoming Engineers Day. Some brief quote. Okay, happy Engineers Day to all of you. So as a part of the Engineers Day, one of the general point that is taken care by the other people with respect to engineers is indicated. Your family member will not consider you as an engineer unless you repair any of the home appliances. Though you have a lot of knowledge on the particular topic, but unless you are able to do some activity in your house, maybe repairing an electrical circuit or something like that, they will not consider you as an engineer. Just on the lighter side, just wait, I will come out of this so that we can have discussions if somebody has any points or doubts or clarification. Just wait, I will come out of this.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Loganathan.
Good evening.
Sir, you have presented excellently well about the professional engineers' need. So, is there there will be any laws in future? Is there this possibility of
There will
law
be any?
enforcing?
There will be any?
Law enforcing this professional engineer alone, you have said no.
Yeah.
Professional. Now the law is the licensed building surveyors, civil engineering.
Yes.
Like that, each and every field. So any move from our IEI to get the professional engineer will be the certified engineer. Now we have chartered engineers, sir. What is the difference between these two, sir?
Okay, that is it. Chartered engineer is okay. Chartered engineer, any person, any member that is a corporate member, along with the membership, after payment of the required fees, he can become a chartered engineer. That is valid for 5 years. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chartered engineer can also sign some of the documents which is required by the government. For example, in our organizations, So we are sending a lot of documents to the customs department whenever we are importing products from other countries. So certified value of the product and things like that. For that, we used to sign because we are chartered engineers. So chartered engineers have some powers,
sir.
like we can sign the document. But the international professional engineering, so these people, that is international professional engineering certification, people with this certification, they can go to the other countries and the certification valid in all the member countries. So these, based on the certification, for example, USA, some of the jobs, they will take only people with a professional engineering certification. Some jobs they specify, I want people only with a professional engineering certification. So these jobs are not given to the other people. So like that, every country has some policy with respect to employing people for some of the important jobs for which only professional engineers are taken. So chartered engineer is within India. That is provided only by the Institution of Engineers. But international professional engineering certification is valid in all the member countries who have signed the agreement, including USA, UK and all.
Excellent, sir. Excellent, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other points?
Sir, I am Lakshmanan.
Yes,
Is there
please.
any upper age limit?
Upper age limit.
Upper age limit.
Okay. So upper age limit for this professional certification, correct?
Yeah.
So as per my knowledge, I have gone through all the documents with respect to the qualifying requirement. There is no upper age limit specified.
Good evening, Lakshman sir. Now you can register for professional engineer certificate, sir.
Yes, correct.
Sir is a senior most chartered engineer and
Okay.
valuer. Yes, sir. As for my knowledge. Okay, sir.
So further details are, the fees and other details are available in the IEI website. Okay, this certification is valid for 5 years, after which you can go for renewal. So this certification, this involves a small test also. It is an online test. It is conducted in 2 modules.
In the professional area. Suppose civil engineering means civil engineering.
The first module is general for all. The second module is with respect to the particular branch or particular area.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Mr. VB Singh, who would like to endorse any other points or provide more information?
Sir, thank you very much, sir,
Yes, sir.
for highlighting Royal Charter Day and beyond, engineering heritage and international certification for a global future. And now I would like to request VB Singh, Council Member, IEI, to felicitate today's event. Please, sir.
Thank you so much. Dr. Dharmalingam has spoken very well. In fact, he has brought such points which I was not knowing earlier. He has gone to history, in fact. So thanks and kudos to him for giving so much knowledge regarding Royal Charter. I would only add one thing, that today people often express doubt whether this Royal Charter is still valid or not. So this point was referred to the then Attorney General of India, Mr. M.C. Sitalwal, in the 1957. So he has opined that Royal Charter is still valid in view of Indian Independence Act and Article 372 of the Constitution. These two say that all the rules, all the laws of British period will remain valid till such time that they are altered or repealed by the government. So government has neither altered nor they have repealed. And he has also advised that there is no need to go to Parliament and to request for its replacement by an act of Parliament, as the then Royal Charter issued by British government, that was as good as an act of Parliament. So by that, these two things, Article 372 of the Constitution and Indian Independence Act, our royal charter is still valid. I would like to add only this thing. So I am really thankful that Dr. Dharmalingam has given historical account of the Royal Charter. And when it was started, I was not knowing that it was started in the year 1050 or so. And he has also informed that about 700 Royal Charters have been issued. And they are still being issued. I was not knowing this fact. So thanks to our senior council member, Dr. Dharmalingam, who is also chairman of the Center Coordination Committee, and he was chairman of Electrical Engineering Division Board. So thank you so much. And I'm also thankful to Professor Saab, chairman of the Salem Local Center, for giving me chance to join this webinar and enhancing my knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your felicitation. And now I would like to invite the Honorary Secretary, IEI Salem Local Center, to propose vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
I'm audible, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Yes.
Okay.
Audible, ma'am.
Most respected chief guest and keynote speaker, Dr. S. Dharmalingam, sir. Most respected our chairman, Dr. K. Thangaraj, sir. Respected council member, VB Singh, sir. And members from state committee and Salem Local Center. Professors and students from various organizations and institutions. Good evening to all. It's my great pleasure to propose vote of thanks in this great occasion of Royal Charters Day. First of all, happy Royal Charter Day to each and every engineers. I profusely thank all the members who joined in this occasion. So this is the 44th Engineers Talk series in the topic Royal Charter Day and the Beyond the Engineering Heritage and the International Certifications for a Global Future. On behalf of IEI Salem Local Center and each and everyone, it's my great pleasure to propose vote of thanks to our chief guest and keynote speaker, Dr. S. Dharmalingam, sir, FIE chairman, Center Coordination Committee, IEI Council member, ELDB, IEI former General Manager, Bell Trucci. Thank you for your elaborate information about the Royal Charter Day, sir. And also, as VB Singh sir said, you have given the historical information about the Royal Charter. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and valuable presence. Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to thank our IEA chairman, Dr. Thangaraj, sir. He is always motivated to all of us to make like this, to organize like this function. Thank you so much, chairman, sir. And I would like to thank Honorable VB Singh, sir, for attending this function and grace this occasion. Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to thank engineers, talk team members, Dr. A. Kumaravil, sir, Dr. R. Satish Kumar, sir, Dr. K. S. Selvam, sir, and Engineer N. Armugam, sir, for needed support to render needed support always. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank Armugam, sir, for most of MOC and for this grand success of this event and webinar. I would like to thank Mr. Thiago, who is always a single point contact for our IEI Salem Local Center. Thank you, Thiago. And I would like to thank all the members, professors, students from various colleges. Once again, thank you to each and everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wish you all the best, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.